Hi everyone, happy Monday afternoon. I'm KHOU Meteorologist Pat Cavlin here with a mid-afternoon update here on the weather because we do have a few thunderstorms now starting to develop, mainly across town and out to the west, eastern spots. You're not going to look out. I think the majority of the activity here is going to stay to the west of town as we go through the evening commute here. So along I-10, 290, and then down 59 here through the evening could be kind of a wet road, wet go for us. Good news though, nothing severe out there at this point. So let's stop the radar loop. We'll show you kind of where it's raining as of this hour. And again, it's mainly around town here and out towards the north especially as well. And it's just some good soaking rainfall, some slow moving storms, a little bit of thunder and lightning as well. So we'll take you right into the loop first here through the Heights, out through River Oaks. As you get into Edo, we're seeing some good downpours, few lightning strikes there as you go up 290 here through Jersey Village. Good downpours, few lightning strikes, again, nothing severe. You know, if we saw more lightning, that could indicate that some of these storms were reaching severe limits. That's just not the case. No areas of magenta, which would indicate hail. It's just a good soaking rain up towards the Aldine area. More of the same as well. We'll take you out towards the south and the south and west. We'll move that way next because that's kind of where we're seeing some of those downpours developing. So down through the Bel Air area, out towards Sugar Land, you're seeing some good rainfall. Missouri City, you're seeing some heavy rain as well. Down Highway 6 out towards Siena, we're seeing some good storms. Nothing at the coast really. Alvin, you're dry right now. Out towards Bonnie, Liverpool, you're dry. Santa Fe, you're not seeing anything. League City, you're dry for the time being. And I think these areas here along 45 and out to the east are going to stay dry for the most part. It's really to the west of town that we're going to see these storms develop and kind of drift in that direction. So let's widen things out again. We'll take you back to the wider view. We've got more storms up to the north, like I mentioned here, up 290 out towards the Brenham area. If it's not raining where you are right now, it will be soon. Katie, you're hearing some thunder in the distance as well. Get you in for a little bit of a closer look. Some pretty good lightning strikes. You know, again, these storms are electric. It's nothing, you know, overly impressive, but we haven't seen anything like this, really, a setup like this in quite some time. So Navasota, good downpour for you as you go down through Hempstead. Cypress, you've got a few downpours in your area. Spring, Conroe, the Woodlands, you're seeing a couple thunderstorms. And again, all of this is moving off towards the west. So let's zoom out. We'll show you what's actually going on. It's actually part of a pretty big system that we're actually going to be watching later on in the week as it moves into the Gulf of Mexico. So we'll give you the wider view here across the state. You can see this line of storms extends all the way, kind of threading the needle between Austin, which is right about here, and San Antonio, which is right about there. And you can see this line of storms going all the way out towards the Del Rio area. So what we've got is an area of low pressure that's starting to move out over the Gulf of Mexico, right around the New Orleans area. From there, a frontal boundary, it was a cold front, kind of lost that kind of energy, and now it's just kind of stalled out, so it's a stationary front, and that is acting as the focal point for all of these storms here, so extending all the way out towards central and west Texas, and along that frontal boundary is where we're getting these storms, and it just happens to be draped across downtown Houston right now. So that's why we're seeing what we're seeing. And again, this is some really much needed rainfall for the area. Nothing significant, though, again, in terms of severe storms. Unfortunately, the coastal spots who need the rain the most in terms of the drought situation, you're not getting anything right now, but there will be several opportunities as we go through the upcoming week as that low kind of reestablishes itself over the warm Gulf waters and potentially picks up some tropical moisture. All right, let's get you in again for a closer look. We'll take you out towards the Katy area, out towards I-10 here as we go out towards Columbus. Let me switch the camera view. Sorry about that. And you can see again, it's just mainly heavy rainfall that we're seeing, nothing severe at this point. So that's the good news, at least. Down towards the coastal spots, though, Bay City, Angleton, Brazosport, you're not seeing anything at this point. I think, though, as these storms kind of build down towards the south, you're going to likely see some activity here as we go through the next few hours. So all of this activity is moving in your direction. So even though you're dry right now, you know, places like Palacios, out towards El Campo, you'll probably pick up some activity here as we get through the dinner time hours. So again, we're quiet for now. This is all going to continue to build down towards the south and west here as we go through the next few hours. So a nice rainy afternoon for us. It's the first of a few. I think we're going to see more of this here as we get into tomorrow, and then our chances actually go up. The rain chances increase here as we get into the later part of the week. So, you know, all in all, a pretty good pattern here, a pretty good pattern change from the hot and dry weather that we've seen. Cleveland, out towards Liberty, Chambers County, you're really not going to see much here as we go through the afternoon. It's going to be along I-45 and points towards the west that we see the most rainfall here as we go through the afternoon. again, as all of these storms continue that westward movement. They're moving pretty slowly here, probably about 15 miles per hour, which is good because it's heavy rain, so it's a good soaking rainfall for anyone that does see it. We got a nice line of storms here from Navasota all the way down through the Sealy area, Katie. Again, nothing severe. We're not really expecting anything severe, although there was a pretty feisty storm out towards the Austin area. I think any of those chances will stay to our west here as we go through the day. All right, so one more roundup here. We'll take you across the area, and then we'll kind of wrap this up. And then Chief Meteorologist David Paul is going to be joining. Tim Pandagis coming up at 4 o'clock. They're going to be doing a deeper dive on the tropical potential with this system. But again, Navasota down through Hempstead, you're seeing some downpours. Conroe, Spring, Cypress, you're seeing that as well. And this is going to continue here as we go a little farther to the south. Again, Sealy, Columbus, right along I-10, you're going to be in and out of these downpours and thunderstorms. And it's really across the downtown area, like I mentioned, out through Sugar Land along 59. There we're seeing some pretty good rain down 288 to the coast. But again, it does start to cut off once you get out of, let's say, Fort Bend County. That's when we start to see things kind of improve in terms of rainfall. It starts to get a little drier as you get down towards the coast. I think your chances will come in as we get into the days here later on in the week, towards the middle of the week. But downtown area is going to be kind of a tough go for us on the roads getting out of town this afternoon. Really heavy rainfall here along I-10, 290, 45, pretty much all the major roads on the west side of town dealing with that heavy rainfall. Flooding, not really a concern though. These storms are moving fairly slow, but again, it's been so dry lately that even as these storms blossom and kind of sit over these areas over the last half an hour or so, the general movement here is to the west. So we're not really expecting a flooding threat, just a good soaking rain and a good soaking rainfall that we really, really do need. So again, from Aldine all the way down through Bel Air, some good heavy rainfall up to the Rosslyn area, and downtown Houston getting it as well. East side of town, no bones. Again, Tim Pandagis, David Paul, they're going to have an update for you coming up at 4 o'clock, all the way through the 6 o'clock hour. And we're going to be talking about the tropical characteristics that could tag along with this system as we go